Hi, everybody. I'm Berezin, one of the organizers of Bearing Witness at ICE. When you come to a place for 6 months, every week, one might think that you would get used to being here. I am not used to being here. This place disgusts me more than it ever has. I'm filled with sadness, heartbreak, anger, frustration. I'm not filled with loneliness, that's for sure. Thanks to all of you, standing in solidarity. I hope none of us ever get used to the cruelty that goes on here and around the country. The fact that people inside this building are paid with our tax dollars to plan and hunt human beings in our communities. We should never stand for that, should never accept that as normal. And through our tax dollars, we are all complicit in this. We are supporting this. We're funding their fuel, their weapons, their fancy new automobiles, their salaries, their signing bonuses. We should be funding food to help people. We should be funding organizations that help people, not these disgusting government-sponsored criminals here. But I'll tell you one thing. Even though week after week, I find my anger rising, my sadness increasing, one thing that's increased right alongside that is my commitment to non-violence. I don't want any part of my life, any part of my actions or speech to resemble the cruel human beings who work here and who perpetuate this violence. I'm determined to be their opposite in every way, and I know you are too, and I'm grateful to be standing alongside you in that journey. Our government has taken an all-hands-on-deck approach to implementing their mass solution for immigrants in this country. They have harnessed every department, every agency, every person who works for the government at their disposal. Any given immigration abduction, you'll see FBI agents, Homeland Security investigators, DHS officers. You'll see U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. You'll see U.S. Marshals. You'll see DEA agents. And what really breaks my heart is you'll see our brave local police performing crowd control and protecting this unconstitutional behavior. This is what our government has reduced these human beings to. Now, I hope they all make a different choice. I hope some of them make a different choice. I believe in their humanity. I believe in the promise of love and compassion. But let's not fool ourselves and wait around for some imaginary heroes to suddenly pop out of government and help and solve this crisis. We must assume that's not going to happen. It's up to us. We're the only ones who can resuscitate this Constitution that's being trampled every day. And in order to do that, to achieve this lofty goal of ours, we must grow this movement. We must remember that the truth is on our side, morality is on our side, the law is on our side. We must never forget that. We must also take an all-hands-on-deck approach. Bearing witness is but one piece in this complicated puzzle for justice that we're embarking on. There are many different ways to participate in this struggle, and we must spread ourselves thin in this moment. We have to sacrifice certain things for justice. There are many different organizations here. I encourage you, while you're bearing witness here, to take advantage of the knowledge of those around you. Ask them what else they are doing to support this fight. You're going to get some wonderful ideas. You'll meet some of the kindest people you've ever met in your life, as I have. And we're fortunate enough today to have a guest speaker with us who's leading a fight for justice, for humanity. We have Bridget Miller. She's the president of the Lynn Rapid Response Network. This is an organization on the ground in the community, providing vital services and vital compassion to people in that community, whether it's detention grants for families whose loved one is suddenly made to disappear, whether it's family support groups so families can come together and share the emotional struggle they're facing, share resources, whether it's offering food support for immigrants who we know are scared to go food shopping right now, whether it's connecting individuals with legal services that they desperately need and that our government is desperately fighting to prevent them from connecting with. I'm really honored to have Bridget here with us. Bridget, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me to be here with you today. My name is Bridget Miller. I'm the president of the Lynn Rapid Response Network. And the Lynn Rapid Response Network, as Jared said, is an organization of coalition of nonprofit organizations working to support immigrants in the greater Lynn area. I'll just be sharing a few words today, but I'll be out and in the community or in the group later on, so please feel free to talk to me afterwards. But before I talk a little bit about our work, I feel like it's important for me to name, I don't want to be here. That's not because I don't think these gatherings aren't important, or because there's a problem that we have by being here. I want to be clear, that's quite the opposite. I don't want to be here today because I don't want to face the reality we are in. I don't want to be here to face the country that is at a level of ugliness and horror that no human should have to endure. And I don't want to see a place that is a reminder of the terror that it instigates on human beings, on our community, day in and day out. Because that is who ICE and this administration is terrorizing. Our community, nuestra comunidad. Our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues. All of this terror happening in a country that used to praise to be a melting pot of immigrants. And yet, we need to be here. We need to continue to show up for our fellow immigrant brothers and sisters who are faced with this reality and are unable to leave their homes out of fear of what might happen to them. And so that leads me back to the Lynn Rapid Response Network. As a network of volunteers and nonprofits, we do our best to let community members know that they are not alone. We offer virtual support groups in Spanish that consist of sharing Know Your Rights information, other relevant information about community resources, and just offering our community members a place to breathe. We organize family support clinics that provide limited legal consults to the adults and children's activities for the young ones. We also have a food support program that connects families with gift cards to our local grocery store that offers culturally relevant food. Through our efforts, we try to offer a small sense of solidarity in the midst of so much chaos and isolation. Since we are a grassroots coalition and a rather small team, our reach might be small, but we hope for each family that we serve, our impact is big. So I want to thank you all for being here, joining the fight to show our families that there are more than just our organizations caring for their well-being. Please feel free to reach out. I'll be around sharing any information that feels relevant, but thank you so much for having me.